Okay, this better work because you know I set up my microphone and I don't know how, but I have no time for this. Really have no time to set this up, this thing. So let's just get on with it. Let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Let's get it on. So, question of the day is: how would society change if everyone died at age 35? Again, how would society change if everyone died at age 35? That's a fucking good question. Well, first of all, you know, uh, let's discuss like the stages of life. So we have, you know, as a newborn, as a toddler, and then as a kid, as a child, as a little person, that would be around like I don't know, like let's say 2 to 6, and then 2 to what I mean is 2 to not 8, because as early as 9, puberty, it's already pre-puberty, and 9 to 13, that would be like the start of puberty, and then 13, 12 to like 19 would be like the proper puberty. You know what I mean? It's like where there would be a lot of changes, and in 20 to 30, that would be like second puberty, I guess. I think I've read about that. I don't know if it's like the like if it's like like I say, if it's like a scientific term, but basically second puberty could happens, and it's mostly from age 30 and so on. It is when your body basically it changes, but for the worse. It's basically like having a very much worse metabolism, and much for women, much worse hormonal changes in their body. So let's get at that. As a child, when we all die at 35, what would happen? Uh, what? How would society change? I mean, well, I think that right off the bat, the societal standards would change, uh, as much as the young people, or like the younger generations, are tend to be, what do you call this, like tend to grow up faster. They ought to grow much more faster. If 35 is the expected age to die, then everything would be in a rush. So probably, you know how environment and how what people, or what what the people eat, what an individual eat, mainly affects their genetics, or like their hormones. So they, what I mean is like, people from the West are tend to grow up faster, or to go through puberty as early as 9, just like I said. But people from Asia, from pretty much basically in Asia, they are pretty much late bloomers. So when they are at 13, 14, 15 years old, they look younger, or they look like they are like 9, 10, and 11. If they were in Western, that's because of the environment, and in the West, like the processed food is 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 mass produced and is mass consumed, unlike in Asia, which is not the majority. The majority still lives off the natural resources, and like natural stuff. Why am I like close to the fucking camera? Anyway, so yeah, that's what I mean. So, everybody would just have this fast life. What I mean, I can't even imagine. Like, this question is just, it just blows off my face. I don't know. But basically, I think everything would shift. The lifestyle of a person would shift. And, let's just say, this is not even possible, man. I guess the middle age would be. You know what? I'm gonna look it up. I mean, I'm gonna calculate it. It's around 17. 18 is the middle age. It's basically half of 35. And you know what? I'm taking into consideration on, like, considering 35 would be your old age, but you're still strong and not weak at that age. So it's invalid if I say that if I say that 35 is like where you're helpless. You know what I mean? I can't even know what I mean. I don't even know what I fucking mean. It doesn't make sense, but basically it's like something like that. Anyway, I'm still trying to figure it out. How would society what's the question again? How would society change if everyone died at 35? Yeah, that's it. Um as much as it's fast paced in this normal world where the average lifespan of a woman is much higher than of a man. And I think for a man, you know what, let's look it up again. Let's look it up. Hold on. So just look it up. The average lifespan of a man is 68.9. Basically it's 69 years old. And for a woman, it's 79. That's like a 10-year difference. So that would, affect, like, I don't know. Will we consider 35 the new 100 or 35 the average? Because if everybody would die at age 35, I think this is invalid. But yeah, basically it's that. There's like different lifespans, and half of 35 is 17 point something, but it is rounded up to 18 years old. So you spent half of your life at 18 years old, and before that, you could be experiencing puberty at around age 6, 8, 9. The late would be 10. You know what I mean? It's weird. And how society would, how would I experience this? Age 35, given that I am 20 years old right now, it's still far. It's not as fast as you think. It's like you just live, you just don't age as much. It's like uh, people would still die. People who have chronic illnesses, cancers, terminal illnesses, people would still die at a young age if they don't survive it. But the thing is, in an average lifespan of 35, it would pretty much still be the same. I mean, it would be rushing. You know, uh, when people say 40 is the new 30, 30 is the new 20, stuff like that, because life doesn't start right away. You know what I mean? It's like it's those shit that adults say, I guess. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's like the thing about this thought about this society. What's gonna happen to the society? Nothing's gonna happen. You know, it's still the same. I guess people would. There would be less crimes. I guess it's not like it's something that it's gonna change everything. You still have 35 years, but yeah, it's pretty much not enough. I see actors longevity won't be you know, it's not a flex anymore. Example, if you're like a singer, if you're like an actress, then how long have you been doing this? Or like, it's not gonna be an impact anymore. So one hit wonders and artists and singers who would would just release music out of spite, spontaneous and not consistent would be the shit. People don't want to wait for an album for like 5 years. That's already taking about like I don't know like a certain percentage, a big percentage, for an album. So pretty much, it'll just not be as the preparation won't be as long. Everything would change when the fire attack. Almost had a seizure there. But holy shit, this question is probably the hardest one because this is perception. This is something out of the ordinary, I guess. It's unrealistic. I hate it when everything is just not it. It's like unrealistic and shit. Let's let's, let's go back. So yeah, that's it. I can't really put my head to it. In it, out of it, whatever. How would society change if everybody died at age 35? It will be fast paced. It'll be something, you know, like valuable because I think the you only live once would get we just get more like perceptions. I mean like perspectives. I don't even know what I'm saying. This is like the hardest question. That's all I can say. It's like you grow much faster because you die much faster. You you know would rush into things, but because the only reason that you're rushing is because the society, like the world, it's like the society tries to like normalize this fast-paced life, this lifestyle, and I guess given that our bodies is like given our body the long-term effects of like of vices like using smoking or like alcohol and like lifelong just accumulation of tumors, uh, polyps, and tumor, whether it be benign or malignant, would be prolonged because there's a certain percentage, or like I'm pretty much this is another not a fact. This is another how I you know not a fact at all, but I'm pretty sure that there's like a huge percentage of people who have cancer when they're way older. Let's just say starts at 40 years old than people or like individuals who get cancer when they're like really really young, like a baby or like a teenager, 20 something years old. That's a low percentage. That's something that's like and it's a higher percentage of survivability than people um, who are old. So I think I really think that the smoking, the drinking, the doing of drugs would be faster too. You know what I mean? This is like inflation, where everything else is, uh, where everything is marketed as higher. You know, the prices are higher. The where the first-hand resources will be higher too. I don't know how does inflation works because I know how it works. Like the products, and within the products, there's like the work people or like the human resource, and like if the products prices go high, or like let's just say the raw products go high, which is to which is used to make final products, and those products would be uh, priced higher too. Um, and the people or like the employees who make these happen or help with the production of these products would should be paid higher too, but that's not always the case with these companies. They're exploiting these employees because they're most likely from third world countries, from these factories and stuff. So yeah, I think that's it. It would have like a domino effect. That's how uh, the society would work if everybody died at 35. All the negative stuff would be times whatever. It's not times two. It's more than that. It's like times 2.5. You know what I mean? It's not doubled. It's doubled in a half. I don't know. the, the stuff is like estimated at the most because I have no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, I cannot say that nothing would change because when there is a change, a major change, this is a fucking major change, y'all. People would have different mindsets. They would have different futures or like future that they could think of. What's the college gonna be like? What's the education gonna be like? What's the what do you call this, like, you know what is the in a social setting, what it's gonna be like? I have no fucking idea. How would society work if everyone died at the age 35? Or how would the society change? It would change a lot. It is wrong to say that nothing would change or little to nothing would change, because right now I am 20 years old, and let's just say I'm 21 because I'm turning 21 this year. So I have like 14 14 years left of my life. That's like, because when I think, yeah, like 10 years from now, I probably be somewhere like at work or somewhere. I have somewhere else to be. But 10 years from now, I'll be 31. And if I'm 31, I have like 4 years left of my life. How am I supposed to spend that essentially? I mean, like, efficiently. That's the word I'm looking for. How am I supposed to spend that? Am I gonna just game? No, fuck no. Given that like I have money saved up, I would just go to places because I have like 4 years left. It would be a different story. You know what I mean? It's like I could game for the rest of my life, but you know, it's not gonna be the priority when I'm like close to my lifespan. It's something else, Things wouldn't matter as it is. Because right now I just really want to play Overwatch. If I had a fucking uh if I had a fucking stable internet connection, that is, because I don't. I got banned for 7 hours. I can play like tomorrow, which I have class. I have class tomorrow, so anyway, that's what I'm. We're so cooked. If if the age is 35, uh, everything else would be doubled. Happenings would be faster, and you know there would be less fulfillment. I guess what the fuck am I fucking saying? But in conclusion, that's what I fucking mean. The society would change, of course. We are part of society. Everybody's, every human being is part of society. But if everybody dies at the same rate, then, you know, not everybody is gonna live at the same rate too. Unlike now, pretty much everybody has their own pace in life, but it's also similar, but now it's different. How would you spend 35 years in life with like a decade of your life dedicated to growing? How will you grow? How will you grow period. Let's. Okay, that's my thumbnail. Bye.